Good afternoon, sir. Our batch number is B4, and today me and my teammates Afroz Ali and Harita are going to present our mini project. Our mini project title is as follows: Proxy Re-encryption in Access Control Frameworks of Information-Centric Networks. And our internal supervisor is Nalla Chaitanya. Yeah. So coming to the abstract of the project, in this day and age of internet sharing and everything, there is a lot of network traffic and there is a lot of data sharing which is going on, which is going on. So, but where there is data, there is also a obstacle of data security. So to enhance the data security between users, we have implemented this proxy re-encryption technique in our project. It will what this proxy re-encryption technique will do is it will only grant the legitimate users access to the data, and it will only show the data to users who are granted the access of the information. Yeah, coming to the introduction of the project, there has been lots and lots of network traffic, that which means that there are lot of people who are using the internet. Therefore, the web has become very congested. So we we implement this proxy re-encryption technique in a cloud server, and we use information-centric networks which have very less latency. So, proxy re-encryption is also used to overcome the drawbacks of traditional encryption. Traditional encryption means just encrypting the data, and the user who has the access to the data will decrypt it. But through proxy re-encryption, we have multiple encryption and decryption levels. Coming to the domain of our project, we use the cloud computing. The domain of our project is cloud computing, and cloud computing is defined as storing and accessing data over internet instead of computer's hard drive. So how much ever data we use, we will not use a computer's hard drive, which in turn will benefit the computer by not slowing it down. And also, the platform which we use for this project is Java. So next, my teammate Harita will explain to you the existing system and its disadvantages, etc.
Good morning, sir. My friend Haima explained the introduction and abstract of our project. Now moving on to the existing system of our project. The existing system of this project was to follow the traditional method like decrypt and then encrypt. This scheme allows users to delegate the decryption authority. But here, in this existing system has so many advantages. Like it takes long running time than expected when a large amount of data is given to the cloud. And also another disadvantages of this existing system is data security. Data security during transformation can be questioned because there will be so many issues that might arise during this traditional approach. But the next slide, Haima. But the proposed system we are using in this project is like proxy re-encryption has been widely applied and resolved method to many problems. Like when we know in the proposed system, including cloud computing and account control, access control in the file storage, internet of the things, email forwarding, law enforcement, and also personal health records. And also in information, coming on to the information-centric networks emerges as possible solution to solve all the problems of privacy and security issues during the content transformation and realize flexible access control. And moving on to the advantages of the proposed system we are proposing, it is secure against RCCA, which means chosen ciphertext attack, and secure separately in complete ICN encryption. And with ICN lower latency and congestion advantages, The ICN plays important role in many environments like smart grid, Internet of Things, and social network and vehicle network. Moving on to the next slide, list of modules. List of modules, we have got four modules in our project, that is user module, owner, proxy server, and cloud. Coming on to the user module. Next slide. Yeah, user module. In the first module, we develop the data owner module. Here, the owner will register with the application and authenticate with valid username and password. Here, the user will not be able to download, directly access or authenticate the files that have uploaded by the user. Here, the user have to request the owner for the file to get him to it. The owner will firstly register in the proxy server and then upload a file using a cloud in the cloud, and if he gets any request, if he wants to accept, the owner will accept the request from the user, which will send an encryption key to the user's email ID, and hence the user will get access to download and read the file that owner has been given. Now moving on to the next slide, my friend Afroz will continue this PPT presentation. Thank you.
Sir, I'm going to tell about the model description. Proxy server. Proxy server will have permission to view requests from users to encrypt data and generate new QNs and security key. Next, move to the cloud. Cloud is a third party which will have feature to store data, authenticate users' verifications. Next comes to the architecture diagram. Next slide. In this architecture diagram, we have content provider, router, subscribed user, proxy, and delegated user. In content provider is the owner of the data which encrypts and then shares contents to the authorized user. Content provider generates the enabling blocks by combining encrypted messages and authorized users shares. When it comes to the router, upon receiving enabling blocks, the router catches and forwards it to the authorized users. In subscribed user, at first time, users needs to register with the content provider. After successful registration, the subscribed users can receive the enabling block from the router, which contains encrypted messages. The subscribed users only needs to send re-encryption key to the proxy. In proxy re-encrypts the enabling blocks using re-encryption key and delivers the re-encrypted data into the specific receiver who can decrypt out the data with his own private key. When it comes to the last delegated user, the delegated user can decrypt the re-encrypted data from the proxy with his own private key. Next one. It's taking time. Okay. System required. When it comes to the system required merits, we are using slow. Sorry. In hardware requirements, we will be using system Platinum for 2.4 gigahertz, a hard disk of 500 GB, and a floppy drive of 1.44 MB. A monitor will be 15 BGA color, mouse Logitech, and RAM will be 2 GB. In software requirement, we'll be using Windows XP versions, XP version 7 or 10 version. We'll be using coding language as Java, tool as NetBeam, and database will be MySQL. Conclusion. In conclusion, through this proxy encryption method, the data owners can outsource their encrypted data to the cloud servers. It will give grant permission or legitimate users to access the data. We also make use of features of information-centric network to the deliver cache content in the proxy efficiently. Thank you.